Most people don't fail because they make wrong decisions. They fail because they stop moving. And the moment you stop, your income stops, your growth stops, and everything slows down. And this is something I saw very clearly this weekend. Welcome to this channel. My name is Michael. We are talking about success, about growth, about money identity, and how to actually create more of all of the things that you want in your life. Let me start with this weekend and a little story. It's a true story. As I speak now, it's Thursday, and I was in Hamburg for 3 days over the weekend at a seminar, at an event. And this weekend, I had an experience, a lot actually, but this one today that really hit me. I met someone, a guy who I have known for years, and someone who used to be a big part of my journey. And it became very clear to me, listen carefully, growth doesn't come from thinking. Growth comes from movement. So I had this image. I want to share it with you, and then I want to share the story and my learnings. Imagine you are riding a bike. You have momentum. Maybe you have gone downhill and your feet are going in the pedals and you got momentum. You're speeding and then you go uphill. And as long as you're moving, you can make it. Same thing with your business. Same thing with your life. But here's the thing. If you don't move, if you stop move, the momentum stop. And the fact is that it becomes 10 times or maybe even more harder to start again. Imagine that you're sitting on uphill and you're sitting maybe here and you stepped off the bike and now you want to go uphill and you're trying to put yourself on the bike, and just imagine that's heavy. You have to spend a lot of energy. 10 times harder, maybe even more. The thing is, if you're in momentum and you don't stop, it's easier. And it's exactly the same thing with money. This is how money works. When you are in motion, opportunities shows up. People respond. Money flows. But when you stop, nothing happens. And what happens for most people, and I've been one of those, and I've had some calls the last couple of weeks where I've seen this again and again, is that people stop and nothing happens. And when nothing happens, people start thinking, and they overthink, they plan, they try to figure everything out instead of just moving. So most people are not stuck. And this is the truth. Here is the truth. Most people are not stuck because they don't know what to do. They're stuck because they stopped. They are stuck because they stopped. This is the shift here. The question is not, what is the perfect strategy? The question is, where did you stop moving? So, let me just share this example and why I got to this. Because at this event in Hamburg, these 3 days, experimental event, and I've been doing this before. I've been through a journey with this event. And I went through a journey with the company behind this event for maybe 2, 3, 4 years. And those were the years where I went when I started. And that's why I told you before, I made this decision, and I followed synchronicities. And my first seminar was in London in 2012 with this company. Shortly after, I met this coach who helped me together with the company to go from the $1.5 million debt, and in less than 4 years, create a company with 60 people. And not only that, because I did that and because I went through my experiences, I wanted to share that with other people. I went on stages, I did my own seminars, and I did coaching and for thousands of people. And in less than 4 years. Momentum, momentum, momentum. Now here's the thing. This guy, who was my first coach, was also the guy who was on stage as the lead trainer at this event. And he invited me for dinner. So we had a dinner together, and I was listening, and we shared what's going on, both our families, and I enjoyed the time. And I reflected after, because I stepped off the bike, and I shared that in other videos. I met a beautiful woman who I thought was going to be the woman of my life, and I ended up 6 years after where I was drained, kind of like a vampire, just sucking all the energy out of me, messing with my head. I was ruined. And after those 6 years, I stepped fully away. So I stopped. No more momentum. For me, it was the right thing. I believe that because I had to find myself, I had to release a lot of things. I shared that. But for this video, it's about momentum because he kept moving. I knew him in 2012. I knew where he was. I knew his business. And I listened to him at stage this weekend. And he told me that during the last 4 years, he and 2 partners, they bought up companies and they made one big, huge company. So he kept the momentum going. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm not saying what's the right way or wrong way to do it. I'm just sharing those 2 things and my aha moment, because, and this has just happened, because that gave me this idea about the bike. If we stop the momentum, and then on the middle of that hill, we want to go to the top, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Some people on our journey, we might think, I didn't do that. There was another reason. That was this woman. But some people might think, I'm going to take a break. And they step off the bike and they sit on the middle of the hill and they take a break. They got refreshed and they got water. Their muscles are vital again. And then they think, I'm ready. And they go on the bike on the hill only to find out it's very tough to get going again. So that was my like the one that I wanted to share here with you today. Momentum equals growth in many ways. And we speak about business, we speak about money, the same thing. If you want to build, when I built my business from 2012 to 2016, it involved a lot of action, a lot of calls, a lot of meetings with potential clients, a lot of hiring new people, all of these things. Not sitting and thinking about doing it, but actually doing it. And here's the shift, because the question is not what is the perfect strategy. I maybe asked this before. The question is where and why maybe, but where did you stop moving? And then get back on the bike. And the key word here is action, because, again, the moment you start again, can't be it's tough, but it's not gonna get less tough by sitting in your couch and waiting, or scrolling on the phone, or watching something in the TV, or occupying yourself with things. Because the moment you start, even small steps, everything will begin to shift. Your brain will begin to shift. Your whole identity will begin to shift. So momentum creates clarity, not the other way around. All right? And I really look forward to share this with you. And if this resonates with you, if you want to go deeper with things like this, I've created a space for entrepreneurs, for business owners, for creators, where we talk about success, growth, and money identity, how to actually make money from the inside and out. That's manifestation. And also in our community, you will get access. I've created a 7-day manifestation reset challenge. This challenge is not about growth, like speed. It's not about pushing. It's not about all of this. This challenge is the opposite. This challenge is actually about calming down and figuring out what's going on the inside. Because after that, that's kind of like figuring out, where am I putting my foot down on the brake? And when you know that and you release the brake, you can put the foot down on the speeder and momentum again. So this 7-day manifestation resets challenge, it's also free, and it's in the community, which is still for free. And this is for you who want to reset your mindset, your identity, and your relationship with money. The link is below this video. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy making these videos, and I do love any like, and when you subscribe, I'm very happy about it. And if you make a comment, something that you realize from this video, or a question or something, you're more than welcome. I'll see you in the next one.